Hello everyone, this is K, and today I am bringing you a very special unused content video for Dark Souls 2. So the last couple of weeks I have been digging around the files of Dark Souls 2 and the network test files, and I found tons of super interesting unused content that people haven't really talked about. And with the release of Dark Souls Remastered coming near, I think it'll be a good chance for us to see how the sequel of the game was originally. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the prototype or alpha map for the Iron Keep area. If you remember way back, Illusory Wall posted some pictures of the models of these maps, but that's the extent of what we saw of them. Today, and for the first time ever, I'm going to be walking you through these levels in-game. Now, just a disclaimer, these are very early assets of the game, so it is super bugged, and the map has no collision data, so I had to fly my way around, but it turned out to be great to preview. I'm going to be talking a little bit through the video to clear some stuff up along the way, so sit back and relax and enjoy the video. So we are going to be starting from this area here, which seems like a logical place to start from. There is a little wooden road right here, and this road would have probably had an item right at the end of here. There is also another road on the other side, and it seems to be sharing the same case of the previous road. There is a chance that there was something more there, but it was removed later on. Here you can see a character placeholder, which if we base by what we got in the final game when entering the idol, it would have been an ironclad knight. So going from here, we reach the first point of interest in the map, which has these giant gears. Now you are going to notice that this specific area has a lot of similar areas to what we got in the Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. As you can see, there is a road here, but we will be taking a look at it in a bit as there is another door above. There is a switch here which would have probably made these gears start working and moving. It seems to be an empty room here, which I'm guessing could have been a bonfire room. So now going to the road I mentioned, you can see that there are two chests here and they are separated by ledges. And if you look closely, this area is super similar to this area in the Old Iron King DLC. There is a small ladder that takes you down into a maze-looking hallway which leads into a tunnel that cuts off at the end. Now we are going to transition a little bit above here, which is this tower. It has this super long ladder which has two places you can get down on. The first has this hallway which cuts off. And the second is a room. Now before we finish this section, there is also this bridge which goes from the side of the castle, which looks a bit similar to this bridge from the cinematic trailer. Now let's transition into the main interior section, and as you can see, this is a small outside shot of the castle. As you can see, it looks super cool, and we're going to be starting from this area right here. You can see this closed door, but we will reach that from the other side later on. If we get up there, you can tell that these objects were supposed to be moving, and as you can see, the black effect, which basically means it's continuing to move forward and backwards, so these most likely would have been moving. Now here there's supposed to be a section which connects these two parts, but I couldn't get it to load in the game sadly, but I was able to see it outside of the game, and it basically connected it to this room. Now this is the other side I was talking about earlier on. Now here we have the second point of interest, which shows all of these swords just hanging from there. And you can see that they are larger than normal swords, and the code even names them Sword of the Giant. Now this can have many implications, such as the Old Knights or the Smelter Demon. Now there is only one black sword among all of them, which is a bit weird really. I think there would have been more significance to this if it was continued. Moving forward, we'll be reaching an elevator which will take us to the rooftops of the castle. You can see the tower with the chains right in front of us, which holds the castle, which is basically a prototype broom tower looking tower, and the roof area looks very good compared to the interior of the castle. Sadly, it cuts off from there, which is a shame really, but the next area is the most interesting one to me, which is the weapons factory. You can see here some kind of mechanisms and machineries which connect directly to the next room I will be showing. We can also see the giant swords here. And here we have a weapons factory of sorts. You can see the molds of the swords and the path that the lava will take to form the shape of the sword. There are blacksmithing tools all over the place, which shows that the Iron Keep was originally a place to forge weapons and such. One thing I took notice of was the bucket filled with water. If you haven't noticed, even the windows outside have a water texture applied to it. I'm not sure what its significance is, but make sure to tell me your theories in the description. And just so you know, the texture itself is called water, like it's not inverted lava or anything, so it's very interesting to think about the significance of it. Now, this is what is left of the main castle, but there are some other random rooms like this one. It is a bit similar to an area we got in the final game with the pressure plates and stuff, but the design is a bit different here. So we are pretty much done here, but there is a point I wanted to make while making this video, is that no matter how deep you think people have data mined the games, there is always something deeper that nobody has seen, and I myself didn't think that Dark Souls 2 would have stuff like this, but this gave me more encouragement to data mine more in the games, and I have found tons of interesting content that I can't wait to show you guys. Also, something very interesting I found in the Iron Keep and some other areas is that they have left some kind of developer notes here and there. So like they're just like banners floating in the air with developer notes. Like for example, this one says that I translated them on Google Translate. So, but this one says that you can see the white gate to the right. This one, for example, says that this will break and basically explains what it does. That when it breaks, it's gonna explode. And it's basically instructions for everything in the map, which is very interesting really to read, just reading the developer comments about everything. And there's one here also that says that, I know you can see a cow statue there, but I made it to look like big to show the size of the map or the size of the statue or something. And there's here commenting about the big jump, which is very interesting to see really. And there are also for other areas, so it will be very interesting to read what the developers have notes about those areas. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video and make sure to subscribe for more, as I'm going to be revealing tons of interesting stuff, as well as deviating a little bit and playing some other games in the future, which I am super excited to do. So, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.